The old ways of doing keyword research and content planning have completely gone out the window. Let's do a bit of a breakdown and take a look at what the opportunities look like in 2026 for keyword research in relation to existing content that you've got, and then the opportunities that you can take on board when it comes to planning content for the long term, and that all stemming from that keyword research strategy. The first one is existing content. So this is a big part of keyword research and one that I often see people overlook. I think it's easy to obsess over new content ideas with all of that data, but you should also be mapping it to your existing content on the site. So what do those opportunities look like from a gap area? Can you add FAQs? What does Search Console data tell you in terms of how you should be updating content? And then also, are there just pieces of content that need to be completely refreshed, or even ones that you need to get rid of or combine with something else? So having that as part of the keyword research process is crucial, because we know that content freshness is a big part of SEO, and obviously it's otherwise really easy to overlook that. Use a tool like Ahrefs or SEMrush, or whichever one that you use, to get an idea of true content gap areas. That could be complete gap areas on your side, it could be complete gap areas on the side of your competition, or when you're doing comparisons with multiple ones. So say in Ahrefs, if I've got say 15 competitors in there, I can start to see areas where competition have really started to flesh out a certain bit of content, but it's something that everybody else is missing. And that relates then to audience alignment as well. So is the content that you've got, is the content that you're planning, does it actually still make sense for your audience in 2026, or do you need to change that approach based on who you're targeting? So search preference, video and social opportunities are quite similar in 2026, to be fair. So for example, if I show you here, e-commerce link building, so I've got sort of standard presence with a traditional article, and that's mirrored here in the overviews. But then also if we go down to video results, there I am as well, with the piece of content that's built off the back of that article. So I think when you talk about SERP preference, think about how SERPs have changed over time. This obviously then relates to LLMs, so how are you going to inform your keyword research from that side? And then also, what are your video and social content opportunities as part of this? So it's no longer just about your website when you're doing keyword research, it's the broader implications for the content you're planning outside of your website as well. Then this final one is an interesting one on outreach considerations. So think about content you should be planning for offsite and outreach as well. So for example, in ChatGPT, let's look at the sources, and we could use content planning as part of an outreach process. So again, it's not just about the content going onto your site anymore.